Let's go down to the Melbourne Rooms, and their coach Dean Bailey joins us. Dean, congratulations. What was your message to the players before the game and what's been an emotional week?
Yeah, it has been an emotional week, but look, our focus was that we had a great opportunity to represent everyone today, and obviously with the emotional side of Jim, and I know Jim's sitting in his hospital bed now watching the game. So the boys were certainly at it early, and I thought our work rate during the game was fantastic. But we really needed to be focused on the game. As you saw, we gave away a couple of free kicks early, but I think that was always going to happen. The boys were fairly keen to make a statement.
Team, well done. Look, spoke to a couple of Melbourne people this week for obvious reasons, and a lot of them like Jack Grimes. I know he's played a blitzer in the second half today, but he goes about it pretty well, doesn't he?
Yeah, no, Jack was an interesting case. We gave him a game at round 22 last year where he probably wasn't quite ready for it, but he's a mentally tough kid, and he's just been progressing week to week. And today's game, we expected everyone to step up, and I think Jack Grimes stepped up very well today.
Now, Russell Robertson been out of the side this year. I thought today, just playing him up the ground, got him into the game a bit earlier. Was that a plan, or did it just happen?
Oh, no, we wanted Russell to be more than just a bloke who sits at full forward. And, one of the problems we've had is marking the ball inside 50, or high inside 50, or just outside 50. And Russell does draw the ball, and he is very quick. And so we thought we'd give him a chance to, get some energy, provide some energy around the ground, because he did mark the ball outside 50 a few more times today. And at the end there, he had a couple of opportunities, but Russell would decide to kick the harder goal in the last quarter.
You've played some good opposition the last month, Dean. Your performance hasn't been up to scratch. I think you'd agree with that. But what does this win mean? Does it take a fair bit of pressure off?
Oh, no, I think the pressure's always going to be there. Our concern's always been there's been a quarter, 30 to 40 minutes it's been poor in the last 3 weeks. And, we really needed to change it. Today's great pressure was on the players, but it was on the club to, really unite today because of the emotional side of it. But winning is still important. And, the feeling amongst the players and amongst the people who are in the rooms here, it's chock-a-block down here at the moment. And, there's nothing like winning a game to get some confidence, and more importantly, to start to build a bit of belief amongst the young players we've got coming through.
But, Dean, isn't it also true, where you're coming from, to lose by 6 or 7 goals is only a goal and a bit a quarter. It is not that much ground to make up. So I reckon that everyone should understand that 40-point losses aren't dramatic if you're working on the way up.
Yeah, Malcolm, I think there are times, there are small windows in games where teams have been able to kick a couple of goals really quickly. So all of a sudden a 3 to 4 goal margin becomes 5 and 6 too quickly, and I think that's what's happened the last 3 weeks. And because we've been starting to be competitive for those games before that last 3, people's expectations certainly grew, and so did ours. So we certainly let ourselves down the last 3 weeks. But the fight today was terrific. The fight of really grinding out the game. There were passages in the game where the ball was still in dispute, and more often than not we won it or we forced it to go to stoppage with less numbers. So that's a great confidence build for the players.
Dean, congratulations. Enjoy the win.
No worries. Thank you.